Chemistry of nucleic acids. See, this is our DNA. You all might have seen this. Okay, this is our DNA, and we are going to learn about this with the unwinding it and by taking a few strands from these stakes. So we are going to take a few strands of these stakes. These are all the strands. They have repeating structure of linked nucleotides. So what is a nucleotide? It is shown here. This one is called as a nucleotide. So all these are called as the nucleotide. It has a deoxyribose sugar, which is a pentose sugar present in it, and a nitrogenous base, which are attached to the deoxyribose sugar. This forms the nucleoside. When this is getting attached to a phosphate group with the phosphodiester bond, then it is called as a nucleotide. It has the pentose sugar. But with this, the attachment of the phosphodiester bond, we can decide the direction from 5' to 3'. The 5' end and the 3' end is the place where this is attached, where the phosphodiester bond is getting attached along with the phosphate. So this shows the direction, and the direction is always between 5' to 3'. It has purines as A and G, adenine and guanine, which has 2 rings, and cytosine and thymine are called as the pyrimidines, which has only one single ring. And these adenine and thymine and guanine and cytosine has been attached together by the help of a hydrogen bond. Always adenine pairs with thymine and cytosine pairs with guanine. So these are all reverse complementary to each other. ACGTT always gets the pair with TGCAA. So with one strand we can formulate the other strand as it has the reverse complement. Having identified the genetic material as the nucleic acid, DNA or RNA, we proceed to examine the chemical structure of these molecules. We have to first analyze the genetic material as a DNA or a RNA, then only we can go for the chemical structure of that molecule. Then generally speaking, the nucleic acids are a long chain or a polymer with repeating subunits called as the nucleotides. This we saw in the video itself. The nucleotides, the nitrogenous base, 5-carbon sugar and a phosphate group are all present over there. Pentose sugar. So the first component what we are going to see about is the sugar. There are 2 types of sugar present in the nucleic acid. If it is an DNA, then the sugar is deoxyribose sugar. If it is a RNA, and it is called as a ribonucleic acid. So it has a ribose sugar. What is the difference between this ribose sugar and the deoxyribose sugar is just a oxygen molecule. So you can see that in the picture. One oxygen molecule is less in the deoxyribose sugar, whereas it is present in the ribose sugar, right? A deoxy means D means not, oxy means oxygen. So oxygen is absent. DNA is found in the nucleus of eukaryotes and the nucleoids of prokaryotes. DNA is present either in the nucleus or the nucleoid. The only difference is that the sugars, the 2 sugars, that is with 1 oxygen less in deoxyribose sugar. Nitrogenous bases. Then what is the difference between the nitrogenous bases? So you already studied the nitrogenous bases in the video itself. Okay, it has a H plus ion or a proton so in solution. It will accept a H plus ion, hydrogen ion or a proton. So it is a proton acceptor. What is the difference between DNA and RNA? They both have 4 bases, 2 purines and 2 pyrimidines. The 2 bases of adenine and guanine have double ring, carbon nitrogen ring. Carbon nitrogen ring will be 2 in adenine and guanine. These two are called as purines. Whereas in pyrimidines, there will be only one chain, only one ring. It is thymine, cytosine and uracil. This uracil is present only in RNA and this thymine is present only in DNA. So these are all the bases, DNA bases: adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. Adenine and guanine are purines and thymine and cytosine are pyrimidines. So you can see this picture, you can see the uracil instead of thymine. That is the difference between DNA and RNA. The phosphate functional group. So the functional group here is the phosphate. It is derived from phosphoric acid H3PO4. It gives out OH ion, hydroxyl group, so which is involved in the formation of the strand. So the phosphate functional group PO4 gives DNA and RNA the property of an acid as it is getting from the phosphoric acid. So it gives the name acid, hence they get the name nucleic acid. If not, that it is not called as a nucleic acid. So you can see the phosphate group here. The bonds that are formed from the phosphates are called as esters. The oxygen atom of the phosphate group is negatively charged after the formation of the phosphodiester bond. So after the formation of the phosphodiester bond, the phosphate group is negatively charged. This negatively charged phosphate ensures the retention of nucleic acid. So with this negatively charged negative charge, the retention of nucleic acid within the cell membrane is possible. Nucleotide and nucleoside, The nitrogenous base is chemically linked to one molecule of sugar at the one carbon of the sugar. Where is this nitrogenous base located? It is present in the one carbon of the sugar. Where is the phosphate group located? It is located either in the 3' or the 5' region. So with this, it is called as a nucleoside. Nucleoside is base plus sugar, that's all. When a phosphate group is attached to the 5' of carbon of the same sugar, then it is called as a nucleotide. So if it is attached to the 5' end of a carbon, 5' carbon of the same sugar, then it is called as a nucleotide. So base plus sugar plus phosphate forms the nucleotide. The nucleotides are joined and polymerized by condensation reaction to form a polynucleotide chain. The hydroxyl group on the 3' carbon of a sugar of one nucleotide forms an ester with the phosphate of the another nucleotide. So can you understand? The 3' carbon is getting attached with the hydroxyl group of the previous carbon and forms the ester bond. So that links the sugar components of the adjacent nucleotide, and these bonds are also called as phosphodiester bonds. This bonds indicates the polarity of the strand. So it is from unidirectional from 5' to 3' end. The ends of the DNA or RNA are distinct. So the ends of DNA and RNA, they are distinct. The two ends are designed by the symbols of 5' and 3'. The symbol 5' refers that the carbon in the sugar 5th place is getting this phosphate. Functional group, whereas the 3' refers to the hydroxyl functional group. In RNA, every nucleotide residue has an additional OH group at the 2' position. Because of the lack of this oxygen, we get this deoxyribose, right? Now we are getting OH group in the second position of the ribose sugar. So understanding this 5' to 3' direction of a nucleic acid is critical for us to understand the various aspects of the nucleus. So that is the DNA with its replication, transcription, translation, every other thing. So history of DNA. Discovery of the DNA double helix was first done by Frederick Griffith in 1928. He discovered that a factor in the disease bacteria will transform harmlessness to the bacteria in a deadly bacteria. When this bacteria is living, it is harmful. When it is going for the next bacteria which is dead, then it is inactive, harmless. This was the first thing he first found out. Morris Wilkinson, he worked on the structure of DNA. Rosalind Franklin, he took the X-ray photo of DNA. Whereas Watson and Crick of 1953, they described the DNA molecule with the Franklin's X-ray.